Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kendall with Aspire Counseling and Wellness Center coming to you on this lazy Saturday. I just wanted to take some time and, speak to the parents on this particular episode. I know that not just, I'm not a parent currently, but I have friends who are parents, clients who are parents, and I've been doing a lot of reading and, watching the news like everyone else. And I know that most of you are assuming multiple roles at this time, not only from parent, but teacher and working from home. So there's just probably a lot that's going on that you're having to contend with. And I wanted to, offer you some very simple strategies to allow you to help your kiddos cope during the coronavirus epidemic. I'm a former English teacher. I love alliteration, as you can see. But I also wanted to, hopefully, this is going to allow me to kind of validate what you're currently doing. Because the things that I offer are quite simple, they're quite actionable, and that's intentional. I don't want to offer something that's super difficult to do, especially being the times that we're having to experience right now. So these 5 simple tips are something that, again, you're probably already doing, but just to offer you ways in which to kind of solidify or go deeper in what you're doing, or just to give you that encouragement that you're on the right track. So we'll start. The first one is set a daily routine. This is something that I've spoken about before. And I'm sure that you're in the thick of it, seeing that how important it is for our children to have a consistent routine. It's just like in school. I remember when I was teaching, my students, based off, you know, the mentors that I had, um, they taught routine, routine procedure, and empathy, right? Once the kids are aware of what to do, once you're consistent, they can, teach themselves. And it's not necessarily that we want them to teach themselves, but that level of consistency and those routines help them to feel safe, secure, feel a bit more free to take risks. It limits, or not limits, because we all have a level of anxiety, but it minimizes the anxiety surrounding inconsistency. And we're already dealing with a lot of things that are out of our control right now. So for children to have that set routine established, and especially since, they were taken out of school in such an abrupt fashion, and of course, we know it's for their safety. But at home, if a more established routine can be created with their support, it just gives them a level of responsibility and security that would probably be beneficial for everyone during this time. Kids love to be responsible, at least from my experience. They love the ability to be responsible for something. So giving them those tasks and those roles and things of that nature to help them to be able to get through this time is extremely important. And during the, throughout your routine, it shouldn't all be academic. There are a variety of things that you can do, from creative time to being outside to actual academic instruction, time to interface with their classmates if they can't in a virtual way. Or something that I've been seeing a lot lately, which has made my heart smile, has been the drive-by teacher visits or the drive-by birthdays that I've just really been enamored by, just showing that level of empathy that people aren't forgotten about. Because I know our students, I actually teach a class in Beijing and I'm doing it virtually, but one of the biggest complaints is the kids miss their friends, and it's very difficult. It's just not the same for them having to experience it in a virtual fashion. So the more, routines we can set up to help them establish that level of consistency, I think the better it's going to be, not just for you as parents, but for them as your children as well. Um, and for number 2, as I was doing some research, the World Health Organization has suggested that you set aside time with each of your kids, if you have more than one child, to spend some time specifically with them, him or her. That can be just talking. Give them about 20 minutes throughout the day where it's complete undivided attention. No telephone, no TV. It's just you and your child independently, right? You can talk. You can play games. You can communicate about what's going on. Listen to them. you all can do some reading, go outside and play, hopefully in a more social distancing type of fashion so that everyone can remain safe. But you want to give them that uninterrupted time to be able to, to hear them, to spend that time listening to them, to try to just gauge how they are, how they're experiencing this entire situation, so that you can get a bit more understanding of where your child is and his or her present functioning. So you're probably already doing it, and I know that it can be challenging with all the other responsibilities that you're having to assume, but I think that this one is, really important for them to see that, yeah, my mom or my dad has all these things that they have to do, but they're really taking out these 20 minutes just to give to me. They're not on the phone, they're not watching TV, they're not playing a game. It's all about me. So it validates how important they are in your life by the things that we show. And so number 3 is communicate honestly with them about things that are going on. Encourage them to ask questions. You want to create an environment where they feel comfortable coming to you about the questions that they have, either surrounding coronavirus or literally anything. And one of the things that I teach parents is that you want to work on your reactions. If you want an environment or a relationship with a child where they're going to come and talk to you about things that are important to them, you have to modify or watch how you react. If you don't create a space where they feel comfortable talking to you, then it probably won't happen. But you have full control over how you react to what it is that they say or what they share. So I always encourage parents to work on your reaction. You want it to be welcoming and not off-putting, right? Especially working on it when you're stressed out. This is a very stressful time that we're all having to engage right now. So being a bit more mindful of how you're feeling and how you're reacting to your children is going to be extremely important. And it's going to help you all's relationship in the long run. When they do come to you, you want to validate how they feel. You may not agree with it, you may not understand, but validating is joining in with them and letting them know that although I don't get it, I support you, and the way that you feel is important to me. So with that, a lot of times our children don't have the vernacular to accurately describe or communicate how they feel. So helping them to identify their emotions. I did post a graphic called the Blue Chick's Wheel of Emotions. I'll post it again. And it just helps to better accurately help people to describe how they feel, the intensity of their emotion. And our children are the same way. You can find posters on the internet with the emoji faces that kind of better accurately help them describe how they feel in the moment, which is going to go a long way to them being able to communicate how they're feeling. There's a whole lot of other things that you can do that aren't just verbal. You can have them draw, reading something. I'm actually going to read a book. I've been wanting to read this book to you all for a while that will hopefully help you with, identifying and helping your kids with their self-regulation abilities. So also, when it comes to information that they may have about the coronavirus, you want to correct inaccurate information. So provide them the most accurate information that you can. And again, limiting their screen time, because there's just a lot and it can be pretty overwhelming with all the stuff that, we're flooded with. So I know the National Child Traumatic Stress Network has great information. The CDC website has good information. The World Health Organization has good information. There are several outlets that you can research to provide you with accurate information that your children can digest and accept. So, number 4, and this is good for parents too, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Help your child to identify what their triggers are. Some adults struggle with identifying what's the thing that sets me off, right? And it takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to understand this thing makes me feel this way and I react this way, and I want to change it. So if you notice that your child is being triggered, is acting out, is reacting very abruptly to certain things, you might want to sit down and have a conversation or do something in a creative nature that's going to help to identify what they are triggered by. Be it homework. I know a lot of them are stressed about homework right now because we have children that want to achieve, they want to do well, they want to make people proud. And so Helping them to understand that they're more than their grades is something that I have to do on a consistent basis with my students, right? That validating who they are outside of academics, helping them to understand and love themselves in a holistic fashion, identifying what are the things that are causing you to feel this level of anxiety. Is it the test that you have to take? Is it having a difficult conversation with someone? Is it the fact that you miss your friends? So, in that vein, when they're able to identify their trigger, understand the emotion that comes up from that, and how they reacted in the past, then you have enough good information to help them to reformulate how they see things and implement better coping strategies. So again, it's not just good for your students or your children, it's good for you as parents as well. And so with that, if you're struggling with that as a parent, I would definitely suggest that you seek support if you notice that it's becoming more frequent, more intense, and you're struggling with managing it. There are, if not reaching out to your pediatrician or reaching out to a mental health provider that you either have or you're looking for. A lot of therapists are providing teletherapy right now. So, there's consultations. There are lots of people that work with children and adults and families. I know Therapy for Black Girls has a great resource. I think Melanin and Mental Health in Houston has a directory, and so does Psychology Today. All of these are great ways in which or, if you have insurance, you can call your insurance provider and they can provide you names of therapists in your area or that they work with. So you have resources, and if you need help connecting with someone, please reach out to me and I can do my best to consult in that effort. So and so number 5 is help them cope with their feelings. And one of the best ways that this is going to be possible is by how you are reacting to things. Our children learn, they learn a lot by, noticing what we do. If we're flying off the handle when something happens, they pick up on that. It comes out in their behavior as well. But if they're seeing that we're able to manage a stressful situation, they'll pick up on that as too. So this is where the honest communication comes in. Share with your kids that you are dealing with things that aren't easy right now and how you are choosing to go about managing your reactions to things. They have to know that we have negative emotion, but that we choose to respond in healthy manners and productive ways. I was reading this article by Dr. Franklin Saleo. It's called The Power of the Pause. So working with your children, a good one is about mindfulness. I think I did a post about that a few weeks ago. Working on mindfulness tactics together, be that breathing or meditation, mindful walking. There are so many things that you can do in a mindful manner. So helping them, again, when you notice that something's happening and they need to better cope, is validate their feelings. You don't want to make the assumption that just because they're not adults or they're younger, that how they feel isn't valid. That is the easiest way to not only invalidate how they feel, but to assure that they're not going to share how they honestly feel with you in the future. So a way to mitigate that is to validate how they feel, whether you agree with it or if you don't understand it. Additionally, you want to be patient. Helping to, when you're working with them on these different coping strategies, you want to be patient. They may not get it with their kids. They need to be taught, and repetition is key. Perfect practice makes perfect. So teaching them the skill, helping them to work through the skill, modeling the skill, whatever the skill is that you're choosing to work with them on. Also, helping them to understand when to pause. Knowing that throughout the day, if they're doing schoolwork, if you're getting frustrated, take that pause. Take a minute or two, gather yourself, take some deep breaths, go get some water, go walk around. Teach them ways in which to identify their physical feedback to their stressors. And again, modeling this behavior is a great thing to do as well. And I've said this before, but you want to share their experience. They know, sometimes they see their parents as superhuman, but they need to know that you're human and that you experience the same things that they have and currently are, and that you're all in it together. So these are my 5 tips to help you care for your kiddos during coronavirus. And I'll repeat them. Set a daily routine. Set aside time to spend with each of your children, one child or all the children, independently. Communicate honestly with them. Help them become aware of their own feelings and teach them ways to cope with that. And again, help them cope with what's happening. Teach them specific skills to be able to better cope with how they feel. So that's what I wanted to do for the first part of this video. For the second part, this is the fun. Well, all of it's fun to me. But there is a book that I purchased a few months ago for my niece, Naomi. And it's called B is for Breathe. As a mental health professional, I love books, and as a former teacher, educator, we teach by books. Kids learn a lot when they can see it happening for other people. This is a good strategy to teach them ways in which to cope and to process how they feel and how to behave. So B is for Breathe is a great book, and it's the ABCs of coping with fussy and frustrating feelings. So I'm going to read this. And I bought it on Amazon. I can't remember how much it was, but it was under $15 with shipping. But it is a great resource to have in your arsenal. So B is for Breathe by Dr. Melissa Monroe Boyd. This book is dedicated to her husband, Brian, and their 3 kiddos, Brianna, Brian Jr., and Bryson. I just love this book. Okay. A is for art. Draw or paint to help express your emotions. B is for breathe. Breathe by slowly taking a deep breath in through your nose and slowly breathing out through your mouth. A is for art. B is for breathe. I'm never good at pages. C is for count to 10. Slowly count to 10 while thinking about feeling calm. D is for dance, bailar. Express pleasure through motion. Do one of those TikToks that our kids have been doing, right? Show it to the world. Be creative. E is for eat a healthy snack. Not something loaded with sugar. That's not what the book says, but healthy. Good food choices are healthy for the mind and body. F is for fun with a friend. Enjoy an activity with a friend like playing a game. Now, we know we have to modify this right now because we're living through physical distancing, not social isolation. So maybe you want to schedule like a Zoom play date with your students or your kids and their friends, or ask them what it is that they would like you to do. G is for create a glitter jar or another craft. Oh, I have something about that. Use water, glitter, glue, food coloring. Make, shake, watch, and relax as glitter settles. H is for hug a trusted person. A caring hug from a trusted family friend is comforting. I used to make these for people at my job in Sci-Fair at Hopper. Like, I love making these sensory jars. They're so much fun, and the kids love them. And when it comes to hug, make sure this is somebody that you're social distancing with. You don't want to reintroduce new people into your atmosphere until, this thing is on the other side of this coronavirus. I is for imagine a favorite place. Imagine your favorite calm and relaxing place in your mind, such as a beach. Mine would be Bali, Indonesia. J is for tell jokes. Laughing and telling jokes helps to relax. And we know our kids are little jokesters, right? K is for kick a ball and play other sports. Physical activity relieves stress and builds self-esteem. L is for listen to music. Listen to a favorite song, ocean waves, waterfalls, or birds. These are all great tips. M is for muscle relaxation. Slowly tense, and they're teaching the kids about progressive muscle relaxation. I love it. Slowly tense and then relax each muscle group, face, hands, arms, stomachs, legs, and feet. N is for nature walk. Enjoy walking while focusing on senses and nature around you. This is a mindful activity, and this is a physical relaxation activity. So if the kids can do it, adults, you can do it too. O is for organize and clean up toys. Cleaning up and clearing out clutter is calming. I can second that. P is for pray. Prayer can help bring peace to your mind and body. So, whomever you believe in, whomever you pray to, prayer is a good thing. Q is for quiet time. Enjoy the quiet and focus attention on the present. That's mindful, staying present rooted and not worrying about the future. R is for read. Reading relaxes your mind. Yes, it does. I'm awesome. I'm smart. S is for positive self-statements. Positive self-talk helps to boost feelings and self-esteem. T is for talk about your feelings. Share feelings and talk with a trusted person to help feel better. And parents, this is a good one for you. Remember, validate, validate, validate. Validate how they feel, whether you agree or like it. Watch your reactions. U is for unplug electronics. Take a break from electronics to relax the mind. V is for create a vision board. I love these. Create pictures and words to express feelings and think of future goals. Now, when it comes to unplugging electronics, for adults and kids, you want to make sure that you're not using electronics at least an hour before bed. The blue light interrupts the melanin formation in your brain, which helps you have a better quality of sleep. And vision boards help you and your kids to, kind of envision what they want the future to look like and manifest those goals. So that's actually a creative activity that you all can do together as a family. W is for write about your feelings. Journal to express emotions, communicate feelings, and solve problems. X is for play the xylophone and other musical instruments. Enjoy playing a musical instrument that is joyful and fun. Y'all know I'm always going to say right. Journal, journal, journal. Get it out. Catharsis. Y is for yoga. Yes, kiddos can do yoga. Yoga relaxes the mind and releases tension in the body. And Z is for Z's, sleep. Get good rest and take a break to help relax your emotions. Getting quality sleep is going to help reduce stress, help you to improve your mental and physical health, and it's good for everyone. And children need anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of sleep consistently, parents, consistently. I mean, I'm not saying be, stringent about it, but if you notice that they're kind of amped up and are having trouble self-regulating, you want to see about how they're sleeping. And that's going to tie into the limiting the technology use as well. So that's the book. B is for Breathe. It's a great resource to add to your collection. And with that, I'm going to end. Again, my name is Kendall Tyson with Aspire Counseling and Wellness Center. You can reach me on my Facebook page, the same name. You can email me at kendall.tyson@aspirecounselingwell.com. Please check out my website, aspirecounselingwell.com, and subscribe. It is free. You can follow me on Instagram at Aspire Counseling Well. You can follow me on Twitter at Aspire CWC, and you can find me on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel at Aspire Counseling Aspire Counseling and Wellness Center. So, thank you for joining in with me today about how to care for your kiddos during this coronavirus pandemic. And if you're looking for any type of coaching, parent coaching, or consultation, please reach out to me via one of those mediums, and I would be happy to assist you. And as I always say, your transformation begins today. You just have to act. Have an amazing Saturday, everyone, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.